I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about they reached out and then disappeared. Well, have you ever been in a situation where your ex finally reaches out to you, you message them back, and they don't reply? It happens, and it can be incredibly frustrating and disheartening, because if you've been waiting to hear from this person and you've been staring at the phone for hours or days or weeks or months, let's be honest, and then they finally reach out to you, you finally message them, and then they vanish again. Quite often I hear of situations where maybe they were out drinking late one night and they message you, they were feeling vulnerable or sad or missing you. You message them the next morning, they don't reply. That is frustrating because they're feeling a certain kind of way and they're not really being considerate of how it's going to affect you. And this happens. There are a lot of different variations of why this happens. Like the drinking one, I probably think is the most often one that I hear about. Because that is usually a situation where the person is feeling vulnerable too, and when their inhibitions are down, they say, alright, I'm going to reach out, I miss them, I want to contact them. And if they don't get you on the phone right away, because you're sleeping or whatnot, then the next day, that moment is past, and you might not hear from them for a while. So, yeah, it can be really frustrating. Here's another situation. I got a really good email today. I think you guys are going to find this situation to be quite helpful. So the guy in this email is in his mid-30s, and the girl that he dated was a few years younger. And he said, the breakup was in October, and then she reached out in the first week of December, but she disappeared again. Now, this is where he makes a big mistake in my book. He blocked her on everything. What made him do that? He obviously was angry, he was hurt, and he lost emotional self-control, and he made the situation worse. So, let's look at what happened here, and you can see how this plays out. So, he said that he only dated this woman for about 4 months. So, not a very long time. And he said, we spent only 1 week of that together. So, not much. This is like the early stages of dating. You're just starting to get to know the person. They met through a friend, and he was telling me a little bit about her life. He said that her father is a military officer, and her mom passed away. He doesn't really know any other details because they just started dating. So, she told him that she was busy at work. And I kept trying to reach out to know if I can come and see her in her country or not. So this is long distance. They were going to start seeing each other. But you already could see right away she was busy. She's making excuses, more likely than not. I mean, sometimes people are busy. That's true. But he said, and this is where you can see that he's probably over-pursuing, I kept trying to reach out. So he was making a repeated effort. Alright, so what happened here? I tried to reach out for 3 days, then went no contact. The biggest problem in the relationship was the distance. And I post a lot of Facebook and WhatsApp pictures, which I stopped completely. I disappeared from social media. Alright, this is interesting. You're going to see some odd things come into play here. He said, hey Craig, last summer a friend of mine told me he would like to introduce me to a friend of his. She's a blonde, a lawyer, and in her early 30s. I'm a businessman and just a few years older than her. I spoke with this girl on Skype for around a month in the summertime, and we decided to meet shortly after. She flew to see me. Everything went great. And she even told my friend that in person I am much better than on Skype. We were intimate and had a very good time. She had to leave because she didn't have a long vacation, and we decided that I would come see her after a month in her country. She blew up my phone all the time, sending me love messages and emojis and very sexy pictures of herself. Alright, so she's obviously very interested at this point and very attracted to you, and she's looking forward to seeing you again. So what's going to happen here? Suddenly, 1 week before I come to see her, she sends me a message telling me that she is sorry and that she would like me to postpone my visit to her because she has some serious exams and she has been waiting for them for a long time. That sounds reasonable, right? I mean, if you're in that situation and you're hearing somebody say, look, I've got these really important exams, I have to do this, you gotta respect that, okay? But what happens after that? See, when the first time you hear something like that, you gotta assume they're telling the truth, right? I mean, if they're lying to you, that's on them. I accepted it and said, never mind, I'll come later. A month later, I was getting ready to come see her. Here we go. She sent me a message that she would like me to come a week later. I accepted it again. Well, I would have been frustrated, right? The first time, I get it, you got a lot going on. But now we set plans and I'm ready to come, and now you push it back another week. Come on, you've got to be considerate of what's going on in my life. And, you know, if you're asking me to now switch it back another week, I might have said, why don't you come see me then? Suddenly, her messages became lukewarm. She became distant and pretended to be so busy at work, while before she was bombarding me with messages. See, he's putting two and two together nicely here, because he's saying, wait a minute. When we were at work before, you wouldn't leave me alone, but now you're too busy to even message me? Is work really gotten that busy, or is her interest level dropped? I think it's her interest level, but let's explore a little bit more, shall we? I asked her if she still wanted to come and see me. She said yes, and confirmed that she really misses me. But I felt she didn't really mean it. So maybe your gut is telling you something. This isn't adding up for me. I hear her words, but her actions are showing me something different. Somebody was going from texting me all the time, contacting me, sending me love emojis and sexy pictures, and then they're too busy to even message me. Something's up. Then she stopped messaging me, then got to the point where she was ignoring me. I had noticed that she was on WhatsApp for long periods. She did not have it before. Not looking good, right? All of a sudden, think about it. I'm so busy at work that I can't message you, but she's on WhatsApp all the time. She's texting somebody. My friend told me that she had told him that I over-text her, and I don't understand. She is busy, and she doesn't like that I change my pictures on Facebook and WhatsApp all the time. Okay, so now she's complaining about the mutual friend that set them up, about silly things like changing his Facebook picture and WhatsApp picture. And, oh, now all of a sudden, he's the one that's over-pursuing? When she was the one that wanted to do it, it was okay. But then when he does it, it's not okay. It's not fair, is it? But that's the way that it works, right? I went no contact for 2 months and a half and stopped taking any actions on Facebook or WhatsApp. I even removed my display pictures. Suddenly, boy, he's really concerned about these pictures, right? To the point where he's like, well, I'm just going to remove them all together. Suddenly, after 2 months and a half, She video called me like 7 times. Notice how she only is interested in how she feels? If he did that to her, she would be complaining to everybody. But it's okay for her to do it, because that's what she wants to do. She absolutely wanted to talk on video call, and she said that she misses me and wanted me to come to her city to see her. I said I'm happy to hear from her, and I will call her the next day. The next day, I texted her, but she didn't answer. 2 days later, I texted her again. Still did not answer. 5 days later, I texted her. She did not react. I was texting her short messages, by the way. She never responded. Okay, so what do I think happened so far? My gut is telling me she was talking to another guy. He blew her off. Something happened. They stopped talking. She was all of a sudden alone, scared, depressed, anxious, overwhelmed, and started blowing up your phone. Now she's not leaving you alone again. Because that's what she does when she wants to talk to somebody, right? When she's interested in somebody, that's how she acts. But when she's not interested, she's completely off the map. We could see the pattern here. She's doing it again. When she's interested, you're the most amazing guy in the world. When she doesn't want anything to do with you, she's inconsiderate, rude, and doesn't even want to reply to you. I think there's another guy in the picture here. And I think that's why she disappeared. And that's why I think she came back. And then I think that's why she disappeared again. So, he said, I blocked her and removed her from social media and deleted her number. Still, she didn't ever react. Well, how do you know if she didn't ever react if you blocked her on everything? I don't know. You didn't say if you left her open on one thing or another, but the fact that you disappeared and blocked her, she might have felt like you overreacted, but more likely than not, she was talking to that other guy again. That's what I think is going on here. When she reached out on video call, she seemed like broken-hearted and tired, as if she was going through something really tough. My guess would be a breakup with somebody else. I presume she's been seeing someone else, or there might be another guy in the picture, or an ex trying to get back in the picture. It's exactly what I think too. Now I am in no contact again. What do you suggest? Is there a way I can get her back? Alright, listen. This girl obviously chases you hard and fast when she wants you. If I was you, I would work on learning more emotional self-control here, because I think you really overreacted with the blocking her on everything, and it probably turned her off somewhat when she saw that. Now, I think there's another guy here, and I would definitely not reach out to this woman, because if I feel like you're playing games with me and all of a sudden you want to talk to me, you can't get enough of me, and then you vanish on me, I'm not going to be so eager to let you back in my life. I want people that value who I am and that are going to show me that they're going to be there. But this woman just comes and goes as she pleases without any concern about how it affects you. Do I think that's going to change? No, I don't. Not with a woman like this. I think she's very selfish, self-absorbed, and only really cares about what she wants and how she feels. She vanished on you, likely because she wound up meeting some other guy. Didn't care how that affected you. You leave her alone, she comes running back. Probably the next day or that night, hears from this other guy. Maybe she even called him, probably, because this woman doesn't have a problem chasing after somebody she wants. And then, once that guy was like, trying to resolve things with her or whatever, she disappeared on you again. If she's interested, she'll come back around again. I have very little doubt of that. But what you need to take a long, hard look at is, do you want to date a woman like this? Do you really want to date somebody that's not going to value you this much, that she was more likely than not talking to another guy? You saw that she was on WhatsApp that whole time. She was too busy to text you, but she was on WhatsApp all the time. You don't want to really chase after somebody like this. And if she does come back around, I would make her work long and hard to prove to me that she's going to stick around. But, you know, you haven't been dating this girl for very long. You don't really know how she is. And I think you've got enough red flags here that you should probably just mentally move on. You don't really know this girl. Start dating again. She comes back around again. Let her work to show that she can get your interest again. Okay? So, if you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching, and if you have to get with me right away, I do offer emergency after-hours Skype coaching. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.